Good morning, guys. Yesterday, I put on Facebook an article requested by my student. The title of the article was Autism. Autism or speech disorder. Usually we find autism among children. We think that child is little delayed in speech development, but that is not the case. Sometimes child never develop the speech. Child cannot speak 2 or 3 sentences together. Child cannot accumulate all the words that he comes across during the daytime. He keeps forgetting most of the words and repeating most of the words repeatedly. He is irritated, angry all the time because he cannot express his deepest thoughts, feelings, sentiments, nothing. That makes the child frustrated child, angry child, hyper child. Parents would always pass the judgment. Doctor will also pass the judgment. The child is little hyper. He suffers from hyperactivity syndrome. But he does not suffer from hyperactivity syndrome, but he suffers from autism. Yesterday we discussed every single thing in writing on the Facebook. I put on my Facebook account, but today, so the article was a little prolonged. So I decided to write 90% of the material and 10% of the material to be saved for today. That is 5 types of autism. Autism is not only one type. There are 5 types of autism in which 5 different kinds of characteristics will be manifested by a child. But one common thing will be that every child will have the problem with speech. That's why it is known as, in general terminology, speech disorder. Child cannot talk, child cannot express his emotion, his feeling, his ideas, thought. He cannot laugh, he cannot chuckle, he cannot giggle with his peers. That is very, very frustrating. So these are the 5 types. First type is Asperger's syndrome or AS. Some kids suffer from autism type 1, Asperger's syndrome, in which child does not have any kind of grip on all the subjects that we usually have, but child has grip on only 1 or 2 specific subjects. Either he is best in the mathematics or best in literature, best in science, best in computer, best in writing or composing music. Best quality, 1 best quality or 2 best qualities he would develop under the autism. And that is the best thing. The child has that whatever the quality the child develops, that quality is not haphazardly developed, but developed to the fullest. That kind of autism is known as Asperger's autism. Now we are going into second type of autism, Rett syndrome, RET syndrome, RS. In Rett syndrome, child suffers from biological problems. His lungs are not efficient enough to breathe, require amount of oxygen. So he has difficulty in breathing. He cannot inhale, exhale adequate amount of oxygen, and because of that, he may suffer from disorder known as sickle cell anemia. Every time the child talks, he gets irritated. He will grind his teeth. He will push the teeth together, get very angry, very frustrated, even outrageous. And third is delayed growth. His growth will be delayed. His peer, who is 8 years old, would be about 4 feet, but he would be 3.5. So his growth would be delayed. And the fourth thing is seizures. He would be suffering from seizures frequently. Seizures means why. Gujatima apne why kahiye. And why ave padi jai. This kind of things would happen frequently. This is a very life-threatening condition for any child, because child may be driving and suffer from seizures. And the child is near the water and suffer from seizure. So he can fall in the water or fall from the two-wheeler or four-wheeler. So this is the second syndrome. Now we are going to elaborate third syndrome, children disintegration disorder. This is a common syndrome among all the sufferers of autism or autistic children. But one thing is different. This child will be normal, absolutely normal up to certain age. After touching that particular age, perhaps puberty, child will start regression. Means a child will change, child's speech will become blurred, child's speech will become disorderly, child will be expressing views and ideas in a haphazard manner. Parents can find out, everybody can detect that what happened, and that is known as third childhood disintegration disorder. Otherwise, all the milestones of child's growth are fantastic, mind-boggling, nothing to worry about for the parents or peers or pedagogues. But all of a sudden, when child touches the puberty, he is going to start regression in his speech order and become speech disorder, autism. Now we discussed 3 points about the speech disorder known as autism. Fourth point is Kenner's syndrome or KS. Those kids who are suffering from the Kenner's syndrome manifest the same kind of all the classical symptoms. They cannot speak, they cannot express their views, ideas, sentiments, they are angry, grinding their teeth, they are frustrated, they have hyperactivities, they have jerking hands. All kinds of classical symptoms will be there. Plus, they will have no interest in anything. Now we heard in the second one, autistic child developed very profound, very deep interest in one or two specific things like math, science, language, literature, something like that. Here in Kenner's syndrome, child does not develop no interest in anything at all. Child stays all day aloof, alienated from the family members, from the peers, from the society, keeping to themselves. They are always introvert, they don't talk to anyone, they don't show any kind of interest in games, conversation, movies, theater, nothing. Always sitting in one corner of the room and just involving themselves, involving their thinking, involving their thoughts. So this is Kenner's syndrome. Just cannot talk. That is why they don't try to talk. They are embarrassed to talk. People are going to ridicule them when they talk. People are not sympathetic toward those people who are impaired of something. People are not that. People, as a matter of fact, find you or me impaired of something. We cannot talk. People are going to ridicule us. People are going to humiliate us. People are going to make us the subject of laughter, the laughing stock of the society. These are tender, formative, nascent children. If anyone laughs at them or anyone ridicules them, they are going to become revolted. They are going to go into themselves and alienate themselves from the society. They are not going to dare to talk, but they are going to calm down, quiet down, and keep to themselves. Fifth, last but not least, pervasive development disorder or PDD. In fifth, most of the children who are suffering from this type of pervasive development disorder, they learn everything delayed. They learn how to walk in later life, couple of years behind their peers. They will talk couple of years later behind their peers. This way, these symptoms, most of the time these symptoms fizzle out. All these symptoms fizzle out because they are soft symptoms, not severe. But nevertheless, if you are a parent and you love your kid, then this is the part of the tender loving care, TLC. American doctor of Mount Sinai Hospital has coined this word, this philosophy of tender loving care, that every child needs a TLC from his or her parents, elder siblings, and other mandarins of the society to develop themselves in the society. We can live without everything, more or less. We can survive, but we cannot survive without love and affection for only 1 minute. So autism is part of the taking care of your child. It's a TLC, tender loving care. Thank you very much for listening and watching. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much. If you have any question, query, please let me know. God bless all of us. Thank you.